Section 5.4 warm-up. Number 1, calculate the diameter or radius. So in this diagram, we've got a picture of a button, and we're seeing a radius of 2.6 millimeters. Diameter is 2 times the radius, so in this case 2 times 2.6 millimeters, which gives us an answer of 5.2 millimeters. In this case, as the diameter. If you wanted to do that in centimeters as indicated, it would be 0.522 centimeters. But the original question came up in millimeters, so I'm good with an answer in millimeters as well. So here, I'll just change that to millimeters like that. Part B, we've got a $2 coin here showing a diameter of 28 millimeters. Diameter, to get the radius, divide diameter by 2. So we'll take 28 millimeters, divide that by 2, and we get a radius then of 14 millimeters for the toonie. Question number 2, estimate and calculate the circumference. Circumference is calculated by pi times d. We're doing an estimation first, and then a calculation using the standard sequence of formula first, then substitute in your numbers, then solve. We have our diagram here. We're being shown a diameter of 2.2 centimeters. Circumference, we use pi and d, so we know that d is 2.2. For an estimate, we'll say that it's a 2. For an estimate on pi, we'll say it's 3. So 3 times 2 is our estimate, which is then 6 centimeters for the circumference of this circle. For the actual calculation, we take pi at 3.14, and we take the diameter at 2.2, and we multiply those together, and 3.14 times 2.2 gives us an answer of 6.908 on our calculator. And so it's 6.908 centimeters, or almost 7 centimeters all the way around. Our estimate was 6. That's pretty reasonable. Remembering here that the squiggly equal sign means approximate. Because we did our estimate rather than a calculation, we're going to use the little squiggly, so it's approximately equal to 6 centimeters. Number 3, estimate and calculate the area. Round your answer to 1 decimal place. And again, we're estimating and calculating. So we've got a circle here. We're being shown a radius of 6.2 centimeters. So under the calculation, we'll use a radius of 6.2 centimeters. Over here on our estimate, we'll use 6 centimeters for that. Area is pi times r squared. So for pi, for our estimate, we'll use 3. Radius squared, or r squared, is going to be 6 squared, which is 6 times 6. So 3 times 6 times 6 gives you an answer of 108 centimeters squared. For the actual calculation, we'll use the official 3.14 for pi, multiply that by 6.2, and then multiply that by 6.2 again. And in that case, our calculated answer is 120.07016, but we're going to 1 decimal place. So we look at our 10th position, the next number is a 0, so we can leave it that way. So 120.7, in this case we're talking centimeters squared. So estimate of 108, actual calculation of 120.7. Those are not that far off really, so I think we're good to go. Last up here on the warm-up, question 4, round each number, and in brackets we're being told to round to the nearest tenth. So 10th is the first decimal place, so we look at the next digit. It's a 6, which is 5 or higher, so my 1 is going to round up to become a 2, so 3.2 is my rounded answer. Part B, to the nearest hundredth. So I find my decimal place, tenths, hundredths. That's how many numbers we're going to have is 2 after the decimal. Next digit, however, is a 5, which is 5 or higher. So my 8 is going to have to increase by 1 to a 9. So then 273.19 is rounded to the nearest hundredth. And that is your warm-up.